would you say maybe were the hardest times of just your photography career? Because, we talk about all these good things, comes with partnering, getting free goodies from companies, networking. I'm guessing, have you gotten like paid vacations from some of these hotels?
Not
and stuff?
paid. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So such things, they're always fun, and that's what a lot of people see.
Yeah, but they
online.
don't see.
But yeah, so now, apart from the ones you've mentioned for earlier, starting off trying to set off a footprint, are there any other hurdles you've come across? Just as
SJMY.
Yeah.
Just people close to you discouraging you.
Yeah.
That's been
That's the worst
tough.
feeling, right?
That's been tough.
Yeah.
Also, disappointing a client. The time with a client I disappointed. I went in because they were looking for a food stylist, right? And my friend recommended me to them. And I thought, okay, so I style my shoot, so
You can do this.
yeah. And when I was doing it, I was telling it how I style a normal shoot. Kumbe it was for video. I don't think it's for photos. I didn't understand the brief.
You didn't even go through the brief properly.
What? So I didn't know, and that was my first time at a set. My
And
first
professional set.
professional set. They're shooting an ad.
Wait,
They're shooting an ad.
you've been recommended, they're doing an actual ad. Could they see it in your face? There was confusion.
Can I tell you, that day I've never cried so hard.
Wait.
Okay, before that, okay. So they're like, okay, Jackie, you go prepare stuff. We are coming. So I'm there cooking the food. Actually, yeah, one shot. They're like, where's the rest of the food? We're taking how many takes? And it was like different mamas eating the food. So we have to have fresh stuff every time. No, mimi huyo nimekimbia kwa supermarket looking for food. They're like, Jackie, where are you?
Running to the supermarket?
Yeah, because they had like the food section. I had to buy sausages, samosas.
So you hadn't prepped everything like in advance?
Yani, anyway, eventually, the mama told me, because the head of that department came and asked me, have you ever done this before?
What?
I was like, no, it's my first time.
Oh, shit.
She just walked out. Then, but
It goes to the person in charge, like, who recommended?
I know, I feel like that girl got into trouble. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. So, yeah, eventually they're like, at the end of the day,
somebody vouching for you, for
they
them
saw
as
my
well.
work. They saw my portfolio. So they're thinking
this chick knows. Trust me, she got this covered.
I'm telling you, I got the brief so wrong, Yani.
You're running with sausages, uku, and sorry.
I even told my husband from the US,
your face is
send
just
me money now. From Western Union,
Yeah,
send it now.
Yeah.
He sent it. I'm like, send more. I'm like, okay, babe, come on. What's going on?
What's happening here? What's the problem?
I'm
What's
calling
the
my
issue?
friends, please send me 5K.
Yeah.
What? Anyway, at the end of that day, because it was a 3-day shoot, at the end of that day, I was told, don't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must have felt horrible.
I'm telling you, I just went home, got into bed. I slept the next day back at 4.
Hugging a pillow.
4 p.m. is when I woke up the next day. I couldn't. I just went at it because I got fired. It's because I disappointed a client.
In a very huge platform. It's just not those too small.
To this day, like I feel, wow. I wish there's a way I could just make it up to them. I'm like, can we redo this?
Yeah. Those things happen, but
so
that's how you
been
learn.
The toughest for me. That's been the absolute toughest.
Sure, from
and then
that day.
this other one is clients not paying on time.
Oh, let's talk about it. Oh, that's a recurring theme.
Yani, after umebagain, umesema, okay, sawa, they'll pay you this amount. Okay, we'll pay you within 30 days. May I call you on the 29th day? Can I come with a check tomorrow? The directors have gone on vacation. What?
Yeah,
they know I have a baby.
The signatories are always out of Nini. Always. Yeah.
Me, I'm just asking, please,
Yeah.
Please don't leave the office without signing those checks. Then go on holiday.
Yeah.
Imagine we have families. We have people who depend on us.
Yep.
Please. We have rent to pay. I just you're begging.
No, but
It's
that's the
do
thing.
they understand we're human
'Cause-
beings as well?
Because you work as a freelance, right?
Yeah, and imagine
So you
5
do.
clients delay your check. 5. What do you
Okay.
do?
Yeah. It happens. It happens.
And it's like, and then you also have an assistant. Umempromise pesa yake.
yeah.
Where
The
is his
assistant
money?
is like, cause Pia, like, now remember, if the assistant quits, double work for you. Plus the frustrations that you have now times 2.
I mean, it
You're
really
like-
breaks my heart. You even feel like you're not valued, you know.
True.
They were so nice when they were telling you, okay, come on board. It's going to be awesome. But time for paying, it's like, they don't even know.
Don't
Who
get
are
me
you?
started. Yeah.
Actually, Jacqueline, who? I'm like,
Hey, have you ever called an accounts department? They're like, we're not aware of Nini. Ama, you hear them talking in the background. Hey, do you guys know Nani? Do you know Jackie?
Aki accounts guys. Tuone huruma,
Accounts
please.
guys are the worst. Like, I've had situations where I'm supposed to collect a check from someone. They're like,
Thank you.
me have never heard about anyone called Nani.
Oh,
Baka,
wow.
I'm like, what?
Wow.
You call the client is like, no, I talked to the accounts guys.
Wow.
Like, oh no, sorry. The signatories are not around right now. Hey, there's one I was given. It was
Thank you.
because
Let me
every
check my cookie.
time during Christmas, I try, if I have the cash, because I try and align some like a jackpot close to Christmas,
Yeah.
so that I can buy my mom, my sister, and brother something.
Oh, that's nice.
I always try and do that.
That's nice.
I'm the most important people to me.
Of course.
Yeah,
Family.
but I don't have a wife. But I hear even if you have a wife, she's not supposed to be that important. No, I'm playing. That's why I just wanted your reaction. Hold on.
Listen, when I come into the picture,
No,
I'm here.
I know.
I'm here.
No, we'll go to that debate. We'll go to that debate on the next segment. So, I mean, so in my mind, I'm like, okay, so for when I know this check is coming during this time, if it comes in,
I'll
that's
do this.
specially reserved for just like doing that in
Yeah,
December.
yeah.
That's always like my plan. And then somebody tells you, imagine the needs have gone, and you know, like for now our offices are closing, so we'll sort you out maybe second week of January.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, what?
and the second week is even guaranteed.
It's never, because you know January, it's like, okay, people are still settling, the office is still.
The directors haven't come back from Malaysia.
They're always, in fact, I don't know what these companies always talk about. They have such huge budgets for people to go on holidays, but you have a small, tiny budget that's supposed to be signed off.
Imagine.
It's never a priority.
I mean, me,
But
it
it's
really,
unfortunate.
I feel so sad because I'm like, do you know when you delay this check, yeah?
It messes
It doesn't affect one person. It's like other people. It's like
Yep.
a branch, you know.
so much.
So many people you're affecting. And I'm like,
And you
and
can't
where's
start.
your heart?
Yeah.
Where's your... Like, we're really struggling out here. Okay, not so much, but we are.
Yeah. No, but
So-
it's just like you're just compensating me for what we agreed upon.
Imagine.
That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for extra. I'm not
Yeah.
asking to come on holiday to with you and your family. You know, I'm just asking like, yo, can you just give me what, you know, what we agreed on. That's
Yeah.
all I want.
There's a time, 3 clients had delayed my check, and that day, because I'd gone to check, because they said, yeah, zimetumwa, endo uangalie. No, actually it was the marketing guy who told me, I think they sent the checks. Just go check. And you're like, okay, let me wait a few days. Nione kama, I go after a few days, then I'm sure they'll be there.
Yeah.
The day before that night, my baby, like, he bumped his head really bad.
Oh
And I
no.
was like, oh my God. Tomorrow we have to go do a checkup. But then I ran to the bank to check.
Oh, because you're like, but at least I know I have.
money. Did I find anything?
You know, your head starts spinning, eh?
Do you know?
That's why people see you on the ATM and
You're like,
oh no.
cash balance. Bako na
Yeah.
feature, watu wasione.
Yeah.
Do you know, I just like crying.
What?
I was just in tears. I was just like, God, please, this can't be happening.
But you see, that's what you can't start explaining to client. You know, I'm supposed to pay this, and that's irrelevant information.
Yeah.
But I do have actual plans. for a service that I provided, and I'm waiting for compensation.
And
It's
then
just
we
that plain
understand,
and
we
simple.
also spend our own money, like
Yeah,
transport, making
yeah.
sure my assistant is dropped off safely. If I hire equipment, I have to pay for that. In fact, you pay for that beforehand.
I don't
'Cause who's
think
gonna
even they
give you
understand
after?
that, by the way. Or they do, or they pretend they don't.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I know.
Because if that's the job you are assigned for, I guarantee you that person knows.
And I was
Because you
even
deal with
thinking-
money and everything that comes around it. I mean, you should. You have one job to do. You know what Mutu Amadeka said when we were talking about payment. He was like, "This company hired you to do one job, accounts. If we can't trust you with money, what else can we trust you with?
Yeah.
Because that's the one job you're supposed to do, accounts.
Yeah.
That's it. You haven't been told take pictures. You haven't been told go to do this for meetings. Just
One
accounts.
job, yeah.
So if you're not good at that one job, am I supposed to trust you with anything else?
Me, Aki, that thing
Leave
really
alone
breaks
the
my
company.
heart.
Yeah,
I
but
know,
it's,
like my friends, the ones who work 8 to 5 jobs.
yeah.
Fine, sometimes it can be frustrating, but guess what, guys?
There's
At least you know
guarantee.
guaranteed by this day, money is
Guarantee.
in.
It's always.
For freelancers, you have to chase
Hey.
these guys for your money.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to chase them.
Does it ever affect? Because you know the thing at times it can actually affect your next client. Because let's say you're waiting for a check today. The 3 checks you're talking about, you need to take care of your baby, and the next day probably you have a shoot. Do you think your headspace is going to
It's not
be
even right.
a creative?
No.
Yeah. So it actually affects your other jobs just
Yeah.
because of this one thing that.
Me, I just want to tell them, you guys, just have a heart. You know, like we are human beings. Don't treat us like, oh, they can wait.
Yeah. But how do you
Next
deal?
week.
How do you deal with that to just avoid?
So what I
such
do
instances?
is, so now I've learned,
Yeah.
put like when I clients, like when I get big jobs, yeah, I always put a certain amount of money aside. Also, ask for 50% deposit first before we even start shooting. Give me a 50%. So even if you delay, I sort it out my
Yeah.
assistant,
Dogos.
transport,
Yeah.
and I have some money.
Exactly.
I can hire equipment, all that props. I'll
Yeah.
get them. And I
Not
still have some
using my money in advance, and you guys are not even committed. Yeah.
Precisely. But then again, also those clients who they're like, okay, we don't do that. But Jackie, we always call you.
Our company policy
Literally,
says
yeah. So
all the
literally you have to
suppliers.
plan around. Just know. In fact, now I live in a way where I know you'll delay my check, so
Yeah.
I work around that.
Imagine
I
even
won't be
me.
like at next week. No.
You will die.
Nimejipanga.
You'll be homeless. What do you mean?
Yeah, please.
But you say like, hey, Nini check will be here by 24th, so I'll pay rent. Sijui nini.
No,
You
honey,
will
you
be
have
homeless.
to sort yourself out.
Yeah, you have to have like.
Yeah, and also
Save aside.
I have a retainer with a certain client, so that also
Ah.
helps. So if you're able to, like even as a photographer, if you find one client who you literally
Yeah.
you work so well together,
Yeah.
trying to get a retainer.
Just
every
tell them,
month,
yeah, I just
'cause
want X amount.
Yeah, because these restaurants, they need their menus short almost every month. Just tell them, hey, I can be having a retainer. You pay me every month this amount
Yeah.
at this on this day.
So they just put you on your system with when
Yeah.
other salaries are going in, you get
Yeah.
like a reflection
Yeah.
on your account.
So if you can get that, guys, just do it.
I wish I was still on some retainers. So anyway, we've talked about hurdles, and you know, just one more thing before we move to like just balancing family and work.
Yeah.
Because we're always talking numbers as well at times. What's the lowest you've ever been paid for your job? Either when you're starting off or just a client told you, mpaka you're like,
5K.
I told Tatiana 5. Even Mutua's was 5. Tatiana, I think it was 5, but she said no.
But no, me, I've been short for
mine,
free. It's
no,
free.
no, free doesn't count. There's that one. This is
Zero.
pay. No,
Minus your bus
yeah,
fare.
0 and you just know by the I'm not getting paid.
Okay,
But there's that
5K.
one, somebody has convinced you the lowest I can pay. This is our nini. And then you're thinking like, okay, I don't have that cash. Let me just do it and then get.
There's a photographer I was assisting. He paid
Yeah.
me 5K, and the client was paying us how much? 180K. 5K. And I'm handling your equipment, eh? I'm
Look at
handling
you.
your
You're like,
equipment.
okay.
that expensive stuff. You trust me with your stuff,
But
boss.
did you have that conversation?
Yeah, I mean, oh no, I found out later that they were given 180K.
Oh,
But
but
then
they didn't want you to
again,
know.
I was beginning, so
Actually,
lesson learned.
no. Plus, that's actually, if you're just starting off, that's
Yeah.
actually okay.
I mean, it's okay.
The
It's
people
okay.
don't pay at all, and this person is looking at it like, okay, sir, all the gear is mine, the experience is mine. I've let you in on this nini. You might actually even like take something else in. No,
I'm telling you that this photographer, he's a big time photographer.
yeah,
But I won't say his name.
you don't have to.
So this guy, I wanted to be his assistant because he's very popular. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I went, he said, okay, so we're shooting a wedding. You come along. He had like 2 interns and a driver and a second photographer. Then me was assisting as well. How now was the wedding ended? We were dropped off at night in Tao.
Midnight.
No, it was like around 9.
Oh yeah.
Usiku.
And you're tired, nini.
So, okay, guys, get home safe. Bye. Close the door. Gone.
It's
I
no
was
one.
like,
What is this?
you realize
Confused,
you're not even paying us for anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't even think, okay, can I even give you 100 bob? Ufike home
Oh,
poa.
just try.
At night, and he charges bloody 300 and something K.
But you see, that's where like now you also like, even for me, I understood, and when I bring people in as interns, I try and give them the best treatment. The one thing I know for me, my interns just can't do what I do,
Yeah.
or even come close to assisting to that.
I
But
understand that.
if you need Uber, I'll take care of it.
Even
If
at
it's
least
food,
Uber. Me at least
food.
Uber. That time of it,
Yeah.
hata kama ni matatu.
yeah,
because I
you
was
just
driving
want
home.
something. You just want
I
something
was
to.
driving home, and every day, because that's one of his interns. You've been working for this guy every day. Does he ever give you anything? No. So najisort tu na nalipwa 360K for a wedding. Aliweza kupatia bus fare.
But that's what I'm
I
saying.
never went back.
But that's the
The
thing.
next day, I
mean,
never went
some
back.
people don't understand how the other people who go through hell until maybe you realize
Nothing
an
makes me
opportunity
emotional.
an opportunity comes to you and you don't understand, like, I don't. But that's the thing. If an intern is given an option to work with someone who's small and that person, who do you think they're going to take? The person who's glorified and they get X amount of cash per wedding and they have so many other interns there, or this small guy who's starting off and you can give them something kidogo. Where do you think, like in this day and age, people will go?
Of course, you go to the popular guy.
Yep.
You go to the popular guy.
And that popular guy will never give you anything.
Me, that thing broke my heart because I'm like, I really looked up to this guy and I'm like, because I felt so bad for that intern. He was telling me, yani, every day naendanga job na rudi. And I'm like, this guy can't even give you transport. Yani, that broke my
Look at
heart.
the way you're saying it.
Guy, that,
No,
me,
but
please
that's
treat
the
people
thing.
like human beings,
Yeah.
man. Come on.
Because even for me, I just believe like in just, is it almost like karma? I try and treat people well, not unless I don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that people are just like assholes. You don't even need to start talking to them. They're just like, okay, by the way, you're just too special. But people who just haven't done anything wrong to you, why treat somebody badly?
And they give you 110%.
Yeah.
Give them
Yeah,
that
especially
time.
somebody's coming
Please,
there, like
you
you're
don't
talking.
know their situation at home. You don't know.
Because that intern, you're saying, they come in every single day and get the job done, and they get 0.
Fine. And then you're like, I feel like he was coming off like, okay, yeah, I'm this guy. I'm giving you exposure to my
They all say that. They always all say that.
You're getting something from me. In fact, I should be charging you.
Yep. No? That's the case.
Okay, I'm joking.
No, but I know what you're talking about, though.
I mean,
do
it's
understand.
that really broke my heart. But anyway, it's sour. And I'm telling you, I think Alan taught me so well that I didn't even have to ask him for anything, but he would make sure you have a G to get home. And literally, I was just there to carry the bag. But his bags were heavy. This guy, you have
I know
too many
Kwanza, those
lenses,
he's
bana.
using
You have too
Nikon,
many
right?
lenses.
I
too
saw
many lenses,
I
bro.
saw his gear, and we're always talking with him, and he's always like, "Is the Sony that good?" But I'm like, "Listen, bro, if I have an option to take whatever you're using, no." Because the lenses they bought, I can't.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's way too
it's
much.
A lot.
I
Yeah.
just am used to compact knees.
I feel like guys are moving a lot to more the mirrorless.
Yeah, and
compact
just one important.
cameras.
Yeah, in fact, since we're on that subject, before we move from the Nini, what gear do you use, or do you
I
love
use,
using?
Nikon. Nikon is my everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have a D750. My favorite lens is the 50 millimeter. And,
F1 point.
1.8.
Ooh.
And it's an old lens. It's
Yeah.
those ones they're gonna chuma.
The old lenses are the. Oh,
Old,
that's the
like
Nini.
chuma.
That's like one of the best, even for people who do videos. It's the best for doing a certain
I was
quality
told
of Nini.
It's good for video.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? I can also use a Sigma macro lens. So that's really good. If you're
That's
doing
for the super
photography,
close-up
if you're
shots,
doing
eh?
food photography, try and get a 50 and a macro lens. Yeah, you'll be good.
And how important is lighting when you're doing like food photography?
I mean, the photographer, he's called Ben Kiruthi. I went for his workshops once when I was starting off. Hi, Ben. He told us photography, like if you get lighting right, your photography will be amazing. Like lighting, you have to start with lighting. Lighting is everything. So lighting, yeah, definitely is everything. Yeah.
So, still or flash? Or
Wow.
continuous or flash?
Okay, so I've been using, first of all, I started off as natural light because all I could afford before the equipment came. So natural light. I also told by another photographer, master one thing at a time.
Yeah,
So
don't be in a rush to.
Don't be buying mad equipment at all to talk to shoot.
You don't even know how to
The
use it in the
natural
first
light.
place. Yeah.
So try to use natural for the longest time. Actually, it's my favorite. Then I moved now to continuous light. Now I'm using flash with a softbox. Yeah.
Flash with a softbox.
Because
Yeah.
you go to situations where socket iko uko
Yep.
and the table is so you, like
And you hadn't thought about that when you're in.
yeah, so it's like mkono extension ile kubwa, the one for the long one kabisa. But yeah,
So if somebody is starting off like right now, how would you advise? What gear would you advise somebody to start with? Your phone, Nini?
I mean, okay. If
'Cause
it's the
of course,
phone,
if you're
your phone
starting
is all
off-
like you can afford right now, start with that. Start with that.
If you can
And
just
then
afford
move
like an
to-
11 Pro Max, which is just 200,000,
Yeah.
just start with that.
And
So,
then and then if you want to start DSLR, you can start. Lenses are everything. So
Yeah.
a 50 millimeter is one of the cheapest lenses, and it will serve you so well.
if you're using a Nikon or a Canon, don't be lied to. A Sony lens, you'll still cough up cash, eh? Just know that. Just know that.
But yeah, start with a 50.
Yeah.
Then from there,
It's a nice
build up.
lens from your kit lens, right?
Yeah. Just move from there now.
Okay. So I think
And
we've...
don't be intimidated by lenses. Me, I have only
Hey.
3.
No,
and I'm good.
Haven't you ever... Okay, here's what I go through at times. Like, a client is like, hey, we're giving you A, B, C, and D. And then I show up with my 2 mirrorless setup. It's like, oh, that's all you're using.
Actually, that mentality.
I thought you were coming with those manini. And that's because of people like Alan. They come with straps.
The
Ben
one you wear like
Kiruthi.
this?
Yeah.
Then it's like
We have like, two
holsters, eh?
rocket launchers, first of all, because it's 70 to 200 lenses. 2 of them hanging. You have, oh my God.
You can't even fall. You're so,
So-
balanced.
So you can imagine me, I show up with my setup like this, a small nini. That to a client, it still doesn't register. And some people told me at times, they show up on set with such big ninis, even
Yeah.
though they are not going to use them, just
It's
to
more for
justify cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Because even like when I used to go for weddings, I was assisting this photographer. She's called Gaboni Kinyanjui. I love that woman. Her work is just mwah. Wedding photography. Ooh, that woman. She used to shoot with prime lenses, and prime lenses are this
They give
short.
it the best. They
Play
give,
to double.
yeah.
So she's like, clients are asking her, that's the lens you're using. Like,
Hauna ile kubwa, hauna ile kubwa ya white.
alafu flash iko wapi? Atumepiga picha.
Iko-
Sijaona flash.
Sijaona flash.
Jesus, help me.
Yep. Those are the things we go through.
Weddings, they teach you so much. Weddings.
Because recently, remember, there's a job I wasn't given and I was supposed to be given
Yeah.
because somebody else that I knew was asked to send a list of their gear. So they sent crazy gear. And they couldn't deliver. But they were given the job.
I feel like clients need to just look at your work. Don't think about the gear. Just look at the final product.
I think it's just tricky because we deal with these things as freelancers or individuals. That's why you really feel frustrated because you're like, how don't you understand? Because a company, you have somebody to deal with that. You have somebody to deal with collecting cash. Another one for briefing, client service deals with client. So at least all the pressure is separated somehow. But for you have to deal with all these things solo. Everything is you. Accounts, nini, you follow up.
Editing. You know those clients who are like, we'll pay you in 2 weeks. But the photos, they want them tomorrow morning.
Yep.
So you spend the whole night.
Everything editing, is always a rush.
4 a.m. ndo nalala.
Yeah.
You deliver the photos.
Yep.
Then they pay you after 3 months. You're like, and I gave you everything of mine.
I've actually yesterday slept at 4 because I was editing 2 back-to-back clients, right? Everyone is pressure. But the first one had paid me. The second one was like, I'm going to pay you. But for me, I always promise people, by the way, if you send me cash, the job will be ready tomorrow. So I'm just finishing up, doing final touches on this one. Hey, M-Pesa reflects from the other client. I'm like, I have a podcast in the morning. I was like, okay, fuck it. I have to edit now till morning. I was like, because I can't, because even for me, I can't stand to disappoint someone. Because I know I can do it. I just need a couple of hours, clear my head, and I'll get it done. But such clients, I really respect them.
Me too.
A lot, and I would never want to fail.
True. Like if you just having integrity. If you say I'll do this at this time,
imagine.
Just do it.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, I can need it by tomorrow, and I promise you, it's just because I haven't given you now. By midnight or something, I'll have you the cash, and they send it. You're like, okay, I just have to keep my word as well. I don't want to be the asshole now because now the roles have been reversed. Yeah, now it's me. So now let's move on to